Okay, we're back for game 3. I've already shown that I really like Corpulent Shambler so far. Definitely also like Banshee. I think I'm just gonna Technosmith the Shambler though. Yeah, meta transfer is not worth playing unless we can level something, which I would love to do. Shambler probably levels best. It's close between that and Banshee though. But not knowing what to play, not knowing what we're playing against, I'm just going to play the card that is most standard and vanilla. Alright, Seismic Adept is a very good creature out of my opponent. Makes the Tower Scout not very good. Alright, what is this Rune Guardian nonsense? Oh, cool. So it's rewarded for healing. 5, 9, 16. It's just a pretty solid card. That is nice. So I'm just going to play the Justicar in front of the Seismic Adept. And the Gloom Fiend off on its own, shrinking the Guardian. I played off on its own because I want the opponent to not be able to get value just by gaining life, I think. I want my opponent to have to spend the movement to move the Gloom Fiend over or something in addition to gaining life, just in case that happens. Happy to see the Glider. The Glider is a nice way to pick off the Guardian. We should have options to take out the Adept. If nothing else, can trade Matrix Ward straight up. Adept is fine. It's not level gated, so I don't always play it at level 1, but certainly a pretty good creature at every level. For people that don't watch a lot of my videos, by level gated, I mean it does not say move target level 1 creature in opponent controls. It just moves any creature at any level. So the stats are slightly underwhelming, but not bad. It's a pretty good creature. Could also, instead of Glider, play Light Shield Patrol plus Matrix Warden. That wouldn't be unreasonable here either. Again, options and options. Okay, Shaman's fine, but not exciting. Okay, so we can play something like a Light Shield Patrol in front of the Adept to finish it off. That'll be fine. Alright, so this leaves most things like they were. That's certainly okay. Lasher. And deals damage to a player on their turn, can deal that much damage to target creature. Okay, so this is the one that is similar to the previous Utarian card. Also, it's an Ankylosaurus, which is my favorite dinosaur. You know, for what that's worth. So I think I want to kill off the Light Shield. No, sorry, the Seismic Adept, which means I think I want to actually play the Glider in front of the Lasher, just to be able to deal with it. That's a gold card, right? Yeah, that's gold. I was gonna say that seems awfully good for a lower rarity. Okay. So I've got to get that Adept out of the way, otherwise that Lasher is going to be terrifying. So my opponent has a very movement-based deck, which is interesting. Alright, Tactician is a very good option for killing off this Guardian while also doing something else, so that's nice. I would certainly be happy to play Deathweaver as well. We shall see what we get. Justicar is definitely not as good against this opponent as it would have been against my previous opponent, given all the hunting packs played last round. Yeah, we'll see. See what we're up against. awesome. Oh man, Ankylosaurus shaking his fist. Clearly, that Robodome is in trouble. I am very silly. Okay, my opponent's taking a bit of time. Gonna continue looking at all the new art. Unsurprisingly, it's covered in runes, given its name. Some kind of glowy blue stick thing. That is weird. It's like a little handle with a weird sword and a big something. Huh. Just a second. Sorry about that. Buddy of mine was checking on me. He had helped me fix my computer. So, can activate to give poison. That's pretty sweet. The poison in the new set is pretty interesting. Seems pretty good. Okay, so I think I do want... Okay, Tactician doesn't actually affect much here. It's probably worth having leveled. Certainly want Deathweaver out and about. Yeah, I think Tactician is probably the play over the Banshee, despite the fact that the Banshee would just get a clean kill. The resulting body ends up being about the same regardless, so it's not a huge difference. Alright, so the Charnel Titan's certainly going to... okay, what is Stonebrand? Learning about all sorts of new cards now. Oh, wow. My opponent's building a deck around defenders. That's crazy. So maybe the Charnel Titan won't be triggered by coming into play. Definitely a good card. Certainly an interesting card. Flame Fury Shaman. Okay, so it goes attack, but just for the turn. So Matrix Warden gives +5 attack. Okay, so okay, he did give poison. I was gonna say. So the Charnel Titan is also would also be triggered. So the 6 and this 5 would only be 11, so that's not enough to kill Poison Coal. So I want to Matrix Warden, get an extra damage by putting on Deathweaver, Dreamweaver, and then Charnel Titan. Unfortunately, the Tactician died. It would be nice if it survived just another turn or two. So it goes. Justicar has a slightly better body than Shambler, although its other ability doesn't seem to be particularly relevant. Okay, so the Matrix Warden will eventually die, as will many others. Okay. Banshee's always nice to have. You never know when you'll just have that little bit of extra value. Okay. Oh, Colossus is super big defender. Interesting. Hunter. Oh. It's... seems very good. Soul Con, nice. Okay, so Justicar will nicely pick off the Hunter, which allows us to play Shambler or the Hindermind. The Hindermind would keep our Titan alive, but I think it's better just to get a level 3 card into our deck. Now we're getting a little bit of damage onto the opponent with the Matrix Warden. That's nice. Okay, I wish that my middle lane was free. Maybe my opponent will buff a creature or something so that our creature there dies and we can replace it without feeling bad. We shall see. I do like meta transfer here. Obviously, it depends on if it would actually affect a trade or something, but I really, really like this card. Just having only just now seen it, it seems pretty sweet. Okay, level 2. Oh, those are two of my opponent's best cards at level 2 that my opponent just drew. So I could replace the Justicar just to give my creatures armor. I could jetpack it so I could move it. That's slightly more interesting. I think I'm going to meta transfer the Seismic Adept just so that my Shambler will stay alive. But I still need a... Okay, so I think I will max out my Tactician. I think I actually will play Jetpack on Justicar. And take out that Colossus, just so my opponent has less things to Seismic Adept in front of. Ouch. This hand is not really what I would like to see. Especially with those two scary creatures my opponent's got. Poison Coil having Defender is actually super useful. And it gives Poison 3. Ouch. That is pretty good. I was going to say, could give Poison to the Shambler and then move the Shambler to an empty lane. I assume that's what's happening here. Okay, moving Shaman. Alright, well I'm happy to take out Seismic Adept. That's certainly one of the goals. So we'll get a 3/3 creature out of it. We'll kill the Seismic Adept. And my opponent makes Poison Coil kind of absurd. So nothing will just survive this, so... I'm gonna play the cards that are most likely to be useful and relevant at a late level. Unfortunate that our board is still essentially nothing. Here we are. These are, you know, some spells and cards. Definitely needed to get something, so... This is a good start. Okay, this is the start of level 3, so we're less likely to see level 3 cards at the next couple of turns, so we need to make these ones count. Justicar is just a big body, but it's a pretty good big body. So Poison Coil will probably poison the Light Shield Patrol. It's probably enough more interesting than the zombie. Definitely going to throw something in front of Windcaller Shaman that will kill it. Likely Matrix Warden, but we'll see. I don't know why it never shows my opponent's clock. That is weird. I feel like it has never shown it for me, so I don't know if that's a bug or what that is. Alright, so the zombie dies. My opponent just wants to get the earliest kill. That's fine. Flame Fury Shaman. That's fine. Oh, right. I played an alpha. It's the defender in front of a defender. That's silly of me. So I need to overwrite it to be able to eventually kill it. So I will do so. at least kill as many of my opponent's creatures as I can. I lose some, but at least that got me a bit better off. A little less crazy behind. Gloom Fiend cannot quite take out Shaman on its own in one turn, but that's okay. So my opponent will probably play a level 1 here or something, buff it with Flame Fury Shaman if it's not big enough on its own. Right now, because my creature has Summoning Sickness or is defensive or whatever you want to call it, is not aggressive. So the Flame Fury Shaman will be irrelevant. Yeah, so almost no matter what I'm playing, Technosmith, Leveling, Spectre, and Gloom Fiend. Where and what depend a lot on what Balial plays. Unsurprising poison. So we will get in 1 hit for 12 off of the Matrix Warden. That's fine. One nice thing about my opponent playing lots of defenders is we get more of this incidental kind of damage. Like, oh, well, that creature will die in a turn or so. Well, that's fine. It still gets a hit for 12. All right. So my opponent plays the next Poison Coil. That's unfortunate, but... okay, I was going to say not enough. But with that extra damage... it is. So we will kill the level 2 Poison Coil. We will throw something in front of the level 3. Level Spectre, like I said. Gloom Fiend on Poison Coil. So still got to take out that level 3 Poison Coil. That's definitely a pain of a creature. But Banshee and Jetpack is always cute, but not necessarily great. All right, so the Justicar is going to go down. The Technosmith will get to do its damage unless something... Oh, Flame Fury is going to buff Poison Coil, so the Poison Coil will kill Technosmith. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. So my opponent still has 2 plays. Oh, Stonebrand. That Poison Coil, tough to deal with. So Banshee will kill the Flame Fury Shaman. Jetpack 2 does what? +6. It's not really enough here. And this gives poison 5. Okay, definitely want to get that killed. Alright, if the game is going to go so long, I guess maybe I should have been playing the zombies early. Either way, it won't die from the poison as easily. I probably should have played in front of Poison Coil. I just figured it's so unlikely to get the job done that maybe I shouldn't. But probably should have, just so that I could maybe buff it or something. Sap would be interesting, but it would require playing at early levels. Even still, it's not going to be a 1-for-1 even. Like, leaving my creature with a 0 power creature, that creature can still do something. So. Alright, so these are definitely good plays by my opponent. Gonna get that creature, get my glider out while I can. Gonna just shrink the shaman just so I take a little bit less damage over time. Okay, Matrix Warden is very good to see. That may be able to finally kill that level 3 Poison Coil. Ouch. My opponent's got a pretty scary force here. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get in the damage, kill these two creatures. Just Death Weave in front of the Lasher. Unfortunately, the Seismic Adept can move my Death Weaver, so that my opponent will be able to have the Lasher use its ability to kill the Death Weaver after all. Or the Matrix Warren, whichever my opponent chooses. So that is unfortunate. Ouch. Back-to-back Seismic Adepts with the level is really unfortunate. At least we're finally getting some level 3s that can do something here. So at least we get to pick off the Ravager. That's not great, but it's something. So that means that the Charnel Titan won't be triggered. We weren't likely to play the Charnel Titan anyway. So still looking like Justicar. Alright. So the Matrix Warden got to survive, so it will at least get to pick off something. That's nice. Could also jetpack it and move it to kill the Adept, but I don't see much benefit in that. So I'll just play my two best creatures. So not doing great here, but at least we're kind of coming more reasonable. -5, -5. Okay, so the Justicar is going to be moved, so that Seismic Adept will still be alive. The Gloom Fiend can pick it off with its ability, while its body goes somewhere else, so that's okay. Definitely getting behind because all the movement hijinks my opponents got. Also just because of how many spells and cards we had to play to take care of the opponent's snake. Snake could come up again at any point, which is obviously a problem. This game will be hard to win. My opponent's playing very slowly. I really wish I knew what my opponent's clock was at. I hope the clock system is even working so that we could win off of it, but who knows? Okay, so that will get in 24 damage, which is a pain. What exactly does Conflagrate do? We've seen it twice. Okay. That's pretty good. So that'll trade. That's fine. I think I'm going to Technosmith here. Buffing the Spectre just because the 14/14 over the, the 3 power and toughness is probably enough to make it worth it. So the question is, Gloom Fiend trade on its own, or Gloom Fiend keep the Technosmith alive? I think Gloom Fiend making sure that both of the Seismic Adepts die this turn is sufficiently important. Like, having those off the board is such a relief here. Plus, we've got a decent creature. So this is not amazing, especially because I managed to fill up the only lane that both of my level 3 creatures here won. But it's fine. Glider in particular is just fine in any lane. Alright, so the Technosmith will throw himself on the Colossus, so we can probably be happy to just Glider and Tactician. Thank you, Colossus. My opponent has not actually seen that much of the Tactician. I believe I used a Technomage to level it earlier, once at least. So I may have forgotten. The Hydra's fine at level 1. Alright, that buff won't do anything. So, Shambler's fine. The armor from the Tactician is actually, theoretically, could be very helpful against the poison, because it holds off a little bit of it at least. fine with Spectre. Banshee or Titan, one or the other is probably fine. Alright, that's fine. My opponent will likely throw something in front of the Tactician, but hopefully it'll die in order to get the trade, which is certainly fine with me. And if I can kill the Poison Coil with the Shambler, I will be very happy. What's that guy doing? Oh, he's just holding a sword next to the snake. I guess once a snake gets to a certain size, you pretty much want to be able to defend yourself. Oh, wow. Infinite Poison Coils. Alright, so. The new one died, at least. This one's going to die. That's pretty reasonable. Oh, wait, no. I forgot this is only rank 2. That's sad, but fine. I think we actually want to have the Banshee leveled. And the Spectre can be in the middle, because at least that I can move. Okay, so I think we've managed to turn this around. Us having 5 good creatures on the board, or decent creatures at least on the board, is a very drastic change from what it was 2 or 3 turns ago. So, very happy about that. Getting the Alpha or the Patrol out would be nice. My opponent has the super high level Defender creature. But that doesn't feel that amazing. Okay, the Hunter definitely not at his best. The Gloom Fiend is going to be able to finish him off if I choose, which, spoilers, I'm going to choose. Alright, so my opponent conceded. So we are currently 2-1. Hopefully we can go 3-1 with this draft. I'll be back with the last and final game in a moment.